when I started, and I've now been in the workforce over 20 years, which is sort of crazy when you think about it. But I grew up a little bit in a world where there was a lot more hierarchy. It was a lot more that rank and file, we need to go and drive this and just go do it. What I've seen shift is the fact, and it goes back to that idea of a team, right? And so leadership is less about saying this is what we have to go do, but accepting the opinions of others, asking for the opinions of others to be able to develop that plan, and then working towards and getting towards that common goal versus it being really the idea of the leader, the actions of the leader that matter.
I've been with the company now 30 years, so the people on the executive team kid me because I'm a bit of a historian. So we've really had transformative leaders at the right time. And so Jim McClung was one of those transformative leaders. He led us from being a small regional company to being the largest in North America. And now Vern Nagel took over after Jim McClung to really transform us from being an assembler of lighting fixtures to being a company that both designs and produces electronics. And now we're in the next phase of our journey, which is about, again, transforming our company to deliver more value through the native intelligence that we're embedding in our products. So I'm excited at the leadership that Neil Ashe is going to bring to us in that next leg of the journey.
So here's the big change I think that's happened in leadership over my career, which is when I started, and I think a lot of people still think of that leadership was hierarchical. So you had to lead from in front. You're meant to stand in front of the stand in front of the organization always, and the leader should make decisions, and all decisions. I view I'm a successful leader if I'm making very few decisions. I believe I'm a successful leader if I've distributed a lot of the opportunity throughout the organization. I believe that a leader can lead from inside the group as opposed to in front of the group. That's a major change, and you see it playing out in all over the world and how we are doing things. And so for us as an organization to be successful, we need to migrate to the latter form of leadership, where leadership is about empowering others to be more than they thought they could be.
The evolution of leadership and styles has changed quite a bit over the years. From my perspective, I mentioned Doug McIntosh, one of kind of my early mentors in my career. It was always, when I started, it was always you did what the boss told you you had to do, which is, it seems so antiquated now. Servant leadership, I think, is probably where we are at the moment, being closer to that executive, being involved, being in the Gemba, helping your team solve problems and being an active member of the solution. Funny piece that John Zarno used to tell me all the time when I first started, which was, we're going to have talks on a regular basis, Trevor, and a great outcome is, we both agree and we both press on and we go solve the problem. He said, but there's going to be some times where, you're going to have to realize that you've already won the argument. And I think to myself, well, what does that mean, already won the argument? He said, well, I'm going to disagree with you, you're going to disagree with me. And at the end of the day, if you're the person responsible for solving that problem, I'm going to rely on you to put all your passion into your idea. Because if I just tell you what to do, you're going to go away and put a half effort into it and then come back and say, see, it didn't work.
It used to be, to me, that it was very hierarchical, very top down, is that you waited for a lot of direction from the senior leaders to kind of tell you what to do. And it was almost, you don't walk on the floor where the senior leaders are. And I think today, either, maybe times have changed or our leadership is different. It's a much more different philosophy, is that, look, you don't have to be at the top of a pyramid to make decisions or be a leader. We need the folks that are, in the business, making decisions, being leaders, and so less hierarchical and more, power to just make decisions and more power to bring ideas to the forefront. And so it's more exciting.